Hi, how are you doing? In this video I'm going to be showing you how to use the Your Submissions component of the Sweepstakes Ninja. The Your Submissions component allows you to add your own sweepstakes and have the software figure out what form fields should be filled in, and then all you do is verify the information is correct and click on the Submit button. What's even better is in some cases the software can actually also figure out what the Submit button is, so then all you have to do is for the first time add the sweepstakes, then the next time you submit the sweepstakes, let's say it was the daily sweepstakes, you just click on Fast Submission and the software will fill in the form, then click on the Submit button, and then go to the second one, the third one, the fourth one, and the fifth one, etc., etc. So obviously you can see where this would be really beneficial, because let's say you had 50 custom sweepstakes, all you would have to do is choose your initial profile, let's say Bob Smith here, click on Submit. It would go through 50 submissions. You go get a coffee, come back, it's done. Then you could click on another profile, let's say a family member, and then run through the next 50 submissions, go do something else, come back, and then it's already done for you. So that's what I'm going to be doing in this video. So what you do is you click on the Your Submissions tab here. Now there's two different sections right here. You have the Sweepstakes Finder and then the Sweepstakes Form Filler. The form filler is where your sweepstakes entry is actually filled in. The finder is where you find your sweepstakes. So let's say you had a sweepstakes directory or 200 sweepstakes. You'd click on this, find your sweepstakes, and then open them in this tab right here. So for demonstration purposes, there's a sample list which you can actually use yourself just to make sure you understand how this works and test it out, which is just sweepstakesninja.com/samples/samplelist.php. So we click on Go. Now one thing that's really important to note is I actually did click on the Finder tab in order to get this URL. That's simply because I won't be able to find them in the Form Filler tab. Now you'll notice I have a couple sample sweepstakes here. If I just click the button, click the mouse button and say Open Sample Sweepstakes 001, you'll notice nothing happens. That's because I'm still in the Finder window, which is not what you want to do. So click on the back button right here. You need to hold down the Alt key and then click on the link. For demonstration purposes, I've included a picture of a keyboard here so you can see what the Alt key is. On this particular keyboard there's two different Alt keys on the left side and the right side. So what you'll be doing is you press this key, hold down on it, and then click the link. So you click on the Alt key and you'll also notice this little arrow appears. That lets you know that first of all you're holding down on it and it's ready now to open it in the Sweepstakes Form Filler. So I'm holding down on the Alt key, I click on Sample Sweepstakes 001. You'll notice now that the software automatically opens it in the Form Filler and then fills it in. The advantage of doing it this way is then all you have to do is you go back on the Finder, then you go number 2, number 3, number 4. So you don't have to do complicated switching back and forth between windows, because the Sweepstakes Finder is where you have your directory of sweepstakes, and then the Form Filler is where you go through each sweepstakes one by one. So let's say I wanted to go to the number 2 sweepstakes. I'd do exactly the same thing. Hold on the Alt key, click on this link, and then you'll notice it opens it in this second form filler, the Sweepstakes Form Filler, and fills in the information here. And again, if you made a mistake, let's say you forgot to click the Alt key, you'll notice I click on this and it doesn't fill it in, but this tab did not switch over, which to you says a mistake was made. So you press your second mouse button, click on the back button, and then it goes back to your directory. So anyways, let's say we want to go with Sample Sweepstakes 001. So I click Alt key, click on this, and the software automatically loads it in and fills in the form field information. Now let's say for whatever reason, let's say hypothetically this was not filled in correctly, and say it was supposed to be a first name. What you can do is you press your second mouse key and then it'll pop up with this little menu. Now you can change it to say full name, personal details, address, and so forth. So you would be using this if the software was not able to correctly guess what information should be filled in. So let's say we wanted a full name. You'll notice now it says Bob Smith. And let's say here we wanted, say, an address. So then address number 1. Another thing to note is I actually am clicking on the actual text field first and then pressing the second mouse button. If I clicked over here, the software, although it would pop up this menu, has no idea what form you want filled in. So you've got to click on this first, then click the second mouse button, and then you can fill in the information. So anyways, that's how that works. And then of course, let's say you're happy with it and you click on the submit button, and then the software says, congratulations, success. Let's go back to the Sweepstakes Finder and say go to the second one, and again you'll notice some fields are not filled in here, which could mean the software was not able to figure it out. And so let's say this was supposed to be an address. You right click your mouse button, go to address, say address line number 1, and you'll see that it fills it in. Now let's say we wanted to actually save this sweepstakes. What you do is, once you've loaded in the sweepstakes, you're happy with how everything looks, you click on the Add Sweepstakes button right here. The software will then guess what the name of the sweepstakes is. In the sample it's just called New Page, but let's call it something more descriptive, say Sweepstakes number 2. And then you have the start date, which is when the sweepstakes start. Not all of them have this information, so you don't have to fill in this information, but you do have to fill in the end date, because then that helps the software make sure you don't enter sweepstakes once they've expired and so forth. So let's say it was 2015 and say May 1st. So you have 5 years to enter this. And then obviously the sweepstakes are open to the USA. If they were open to other countries or specific states or so forth, you would change this. By default, the software guesses what the actual sweepstakes URL is. Then you have the category. You need to choose something that's descriptive, because in the future, as more functionality is added to this software, this will be very important, and it will also help you organize your sweepstakes. So try and choose the appropriate category. Let's say it was a DVD. Then you choose your frequency: hourly, daily, 24-hour, weekly, monthly, or unlimited. And again, this information is important because the sweepstakes software, when you're doing fast submissions, which I'll get to in a minute, it will make it so that you don't enter more than you should. What this does is it makes sure you don't get disqualified and all your entries are counted, which is very important because you do want to win the prize. So choose the appropriate thing. For now, I'll choose unlimited. And then right now, it's a manual submission. You don't need to worry about that. Let's say the value is $50 and it's a DVD, and the rules. Normally what you would do is you would cut and paste the rules. So you would find the rules here and then press Control-C, which means cut, and then press Control-V, and so you can effectively cut and paste the rules here. So now we're happy with all the information here. We click on the Save Sweepstakes button.